going to be this INMD. So there's a handful of things that we like about this thing. Number one, I don't have the float number on it. If anybody wants to do a little Googling, let me know. That'll give us a good idea. Number one, this is just a new IPO. You're breaking out IPO highs. That's important. Secondary part of what's going down is this thing's actually holding up pretty well, even in the pre-pre. You got already have 200,000 shares in volume, which is a lot for this particular stock. So it's holding up, even with the market gapping down. It's an IPO, and then it's breaking out. Zeph is saying 30 million share float, so that's really good. It's bucking the trend. So we got almost a pre-market bear flag in the QQQs, and this thing is still busting higher. So that's going to be really, really important, when we start to go at this bad boy. Damn. Dun, 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 dun. This is another one that's an IPO breakout, right? We want to play these kind of names. Definitely want to play these kind of names, because if you look at this one, so the float's a little bit higher on this one. And my one worry on this one is that, Go is actually like a 30, 40-year-old company. Like, it's a grocery store from the West Coast. My sister used to go there. So it's not like your typical IPO that's like some hot tech stock. But it is a chart breakout. It's been coiling for a little bit of time. It's breaking over 40. As long as it hangs out over 40, this one's got a chance to go. It's got, hey, Coin, how you doing, brother? What's up, Silver Fox? Oh, Coin Fox, even better. So I like this one, too. This number 2 on the list. So on the long side, we got INMD, Go. These are both good ones. Now, I got this reel on my watch list. So, I thought the earnings were the other day, because this thing got just smoked from 23 down to 16. Now it's like gapping up. It looks like the earnings may have been yesterday. So I'm not exactly sure what went down and what this particular candle was for. It does have room to run if it kind of gets toward 19. You may see it back to 23. But the other thing on this one is probably on this one, there's a chance that it may just roll back over too. So we've been having a lot of fun with, opening range reversals on gaps. Yesterday we butt fucked. Sorry, I get a little excited. We shredded this Doyu on the reversal. Sometimes a gap is actually a short spot, especially if it's up multiple days in a row. It just ends up being, an exhaustion gap. And they can roll right over and go red even on the day. So, we may have to, I'm wary of this reel. I think it may actually have the chance to kind of reverse back if, due to the overall structure of this thing, which is, obviously this thing's just been a big turd for a while. Why would it hold this gap? Who knows? So I actually got I'm more thinking short on this one than long, but I'll let the trend set and play out the way it needs to before, I just get all excited about it. Man, MYGN, this thing, was so awesome a couple days ago, and then now it's busted down its earnings, and it's giving the whole move back, and you can see even so it announced its earnings, it's been trending, it's down to $16. Watch this thing. If it starts to kind of spike up and then refade, I think this one's going to have a chance. I personally... I wouldn't want to short this thing necessarily into the hole. It is a large cap stock, and it's down 33%. It's going to have the SSR on it. And as we know, if the SSR is on, then, it's not going to have necessarily the easiest entry. Kyle, what's up, baby? Shelton, how you doing? Johnny K, what's up? So MYGN, I'll watch for potential short. Macy's, this looks like a short too. The issue with Macy's is that the setup is A+, meaning that when you're the pattern. So there's different aspects of trading. You have the pattern. Is it clean breakdown, right? Is it a clean breakdown? Are there any levels of supply or demand that could impede it? There isn't. It's a clean breakdown. So the chart pattern looks good. The problem with this one is that it's a retail stock. Retail stocks move like crap. Sometimes you can have the best retail stock pattern around, and then it just is like, and it's just a slow, slow, slow mover. So everything looks good when you look at it, and then you get up close and you get up in it, and it's like a Christmas surprise. You guys know what a Christmas surprise is. For those of you guys from the Midwest, the Christmas surprise is like when you're at a bar and it's like mid-January and everybody's been hibernating for like 2 to 3 months, and you meet this chick and, you know, you're out there making out at the bar, sneaking out outside to, you know, smoke a couple cigarettes. Everything looks great. She got a cute face, and everybody's just wearing sweaters and sweatshirts because it's Michigan and it's cold. And then, like, you're making out and you're getting all handsy and getting up in there, and then you get the Christmas surprise. It looks all good at front, but then when you get into it, you get the Christmas surprise. So moral of the story, don't spend any time in Michigan in the winters. Don't be fooled by somebody that wears a University of Michigan sweatshirt in the middle of January. And also, retail stocks stink to trade. Comprendes? Good. OSTK. Man, this thing got smoked out yesterday. Man, this thing was really getting smoked out. Now, you're gapping down again. You probably have room down into the 16-ish. And I think then, you know, it probably might be a long... Look, they've got some FBI stuff, SEC stuff. That's like a hard stuff. Now, it's going to have SSR on it, so you can't short it at lows. We're going to have to let this thing pop. And once it pops up, you know, I think we got to look at this thing for a short. It's probably going to have a short squeeze at some point, but the float is really tiny on it. Once that short squeeze is over, it'll probably fizzle back out. This one, like, you know what? This thing used to be $9. They're not even in the retail business anymore, it looks like. Every pop on this one, we may have to short it. Now, TLRY, I think this one was looking really good for a second. It's already popped up $2. You need this thing to kind of get back. You know, it's breaking down this trend line right here. And if it breaks under 40, that's when all hell will go loose on this thing. So I like the overall look of this thing. It needs to kind of curl back down. It actually looks like, so TRY typically is hard to borrow, but actually looks pretty good right now. This one, I think we're going to get a good, you know, potential shred on also. So kind of be mindful of some of these things. YGN, YG, man. So we got some different stocks that we can play today. On the other side of things, guys, keep all like our normal large cap stocks on. Somebody asked about DCPH. This one is on my watch list. If this thing starts to curl higher, watch that old high at 40. That's where it was rejected yesterday. You know, if it starts to build, and then clear 40, that's when you're going to have yourself really, really kind of, that's when you'll have yourself a good, that's when you're going to have yourself a good push on this thing before everything goes bum, 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 bum. And then, yeah, like all these other ones, look, if the market reverses, then we want to go red to green on Crowd. We want to go red to green on Roku. Yeah, we want to go red to green on Pins and kind of all that stuff. Otherwise, you know, let's keep it to these earnings plays today. There's going to be, man, there's a lot of action going on. We got things that we've got to do. Be careful today, guys. Do not marry anything. The market is gapping down 3 points, which is like 1.5%. That's a sign of fear, right? Keep TVIX on hand. So TVIX got shredded yesterday, obviously, but it's right. It got back down to support. It's going to be gapping back up. You know, it's got a range that it's starting to build here. We've got to be kind of use this as a way. If you start to see the market get nasty, you start to see the market roll, then you can use this as a way, as a proxy to, you can use this as a proxy to shred the market. And you know what? You're totally right. I totally forgot about this. LK's got earnings out today, breaking another 20 SMA. You got room down to 2070. This may get bought up at some point. It's been one of those like, it's been one of those ones like every dip's been getting bought up on it. So just be a little bit mindful. You get maybe one quick shred, and then you know, we've got to take it back the other way. But I like this one too. That's on the top of the list because, frankly, you know what? We've had so much trouble trading to the long side of this thing that, you know, it should be nice to actually go out and it's kind of one of those ones like you got some support here. You know, maybe it bounces, maybe it breaks lower, but it's just in a box. So you can do two things when you're in a box. You can play the range, or like if the range breaks, then you know you take it the other way. I prefer to trade like hot momentum. That's my thing. But you know, if you like range trading, then you have at least like kind of like a spot where you're, you know, a fairly low risk where you can 60 seems to be like more of the inflection point that you want to start to trade around. Abhishek, the market's not been slow. This has probably been the best trading market of the last few years, I would say, for day traders. For swing traders, not as much because the market's been more choppy, right? Like what I mean by choppy is just the market's been more in a range. As a swing trader, this is what you want. You know, you want this. Like when the market's just trending up its EMAs, that's an easy swing trader. At that point, like you're actually losing money by not swing trading, you know, because the market just gap up every day. But now we've been in a range since like April, essentially. So it makes it much harder to swing trade, but it's been a really good day. I would say it's been a really good day trading. You know, I would say it's been a good day trading environment. So you've got kind of a couple different things on it. Yeah, don't sleep on DCPH today. All right, so let's go do what we do. I think we got a nice kind of focus list of stocks that we can go out and shred. Top plays, INMD. Remember, always rank your plays. Number 2. Go. What's next? LK, OSTK, TLRY. Right? Always tier your plays. Rank them. Last is Macy's. That's your Michigan Christmas surprise. We don't even want any part of it, but you know what? Every blue moon, what do you do when nobody's looking? You love that Christmas surprise. As long as your friends don't find out, it's cool. So let's go. Have some fun, guys. Manage your risk. A lot of opportunities in this market. We just gotta, man, we gotta make it happen today and have a little fun. I think everything else will work out. Oil getting smoked out too, guys, so definitely go. For all you new members of the chat room, if you need our TC2000 layouts and you need the scans and everything, then, you know, just hit me up. We got a TC2000 channel on Discord. I'll just post, they're already in there, but I'll make sure to repost and stuff. The TC2000 is really easy now. You can just share the layouts from, you know, clicking a button. Let's go have some fun. Let's be good. Let's be great. Let's make a little cheddar. Cheddar. Peace in the Middle East, my friends. Let's have some fun.